More time to again discuss who takes the blame for the failed junior-junior relationship. But we also want to know, what do you think? It is our Sports Nation poll question of the day. Is it the driver's fault? Is it the crew chief's fault? Or do the two share the blame? Log on to ESPN.com, tell us what you think, and we will have the results later on in the show. Coming up next, there is one word that has consistently popped up in talks with Tony Eury Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. this season. That word, frustrating.
It's very frustrating to have, this is more common for us to start the season off like this, and it's very frustrating.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished second at Talladega, but hasn't finished better than 27th in the 3 races since. He was 27th at Richmond and Darlington. He was 40th at Charlotte. With just 3 top 10 finishes in 12 races this season, it has been clear times are clearly tough in the 88 camp.
It's very frustrating to have, this is more common for us to start the season off like this, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, I've never seen two people, get after one another and argue more and be able to hug and make up at the end of the day more than those two.
Level of frustration, is it on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you put it at?
It's a 10. I mean, anybody that's in this garage and doesn't want to win a race, I mean, that's where it should be.
It's up to everyone, all the professionals and experts, to figure out what we need to do to be a winning race team, and we'll make the changes.
ESPN NASCAR analyst and the 1999 Sprint Cup Series champion Dale Jarrett joins us now. With this change, how much extra emphasis will be placed on helping Dale Earnhardt Jr. find success?
Well, I think Hendrick Motorsports has a wealth of knowledge there to draw from. They have so many talented people. Everyone is going to chip in and do their part, but the other 3 race teams have to continue on because they obviously have a job to do also. But everyone is going to pull in, do as much as they possibly can to help make this a success. Dale Jr. has a ton of talent. Obviously, he's gotten to this point by showing that, and he just needs to get on the same page with the other cars that are in his stable, and that way they can compare notes, kind of apple to apples instead of apples to oranges. That's what they've been doing here so far this year. So they will all chip in, try to make this successful, but they're not going to let their other teams go by the wayside either. They have to keep their focus on that too.
You say Dale Earnhardt Jr. has a ton of talent, but Wednesday right here on NASCAR Now, Andy Petrie, who won the 93 and 1994 championships with Dale Earnhardt Sr., he suggested that Jr. himself may need to make some changes. What do you think?
Well, I think Junior, yes, a level of focus there, but sometimes you have to have that change, and at the crew chief position, that can be good for Dale Jr., someone that kind of challenges him to get that focus back. And when you're dealing with family, and I know Dale Jr. and Tony Jr. have a great relationship, but that can be one of the most difficult things. I think someone coming in and helping Dale Jr. get that focus back is just what he's going to need. He has all the talent to be a winning race driver, a championship caliber race driver, and he just needs someone there to kind of get his focus back and direct him in a way that maybe Tony Jr. couldn't. And I think this is going to be very helpful for him, and we will see Dale Jr. come back and challenge to win races.
If, and I emphasize if things don't change under Lance McGrew, how will this affect Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s legacy?
Well, he has to just be focused on this. He's not going to be concerned with the legacy or anything else. All he wants to do really is win races. That's all he's ever wanted to do. You know, he's been put in this spotlight, so to speak, and he's handled things very well. But he's not concerned about all of that right now. He's concerned about getting these race cars back to where he can drive them and be in the top 10 and be competitive, and then that'll change a lot of things. If that doesn't happen, then they'll make some more changes to try to suit the driver's needs. You know, they're not going to ask him to drive everything that Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon or Mark Martin does exactly like they do, but they have to get closer where they can compare notes. But Dale Jr. is an excellent race driver. He has a ton of talent, and I don't think that's a question that we'll be talking about if this doesn't work, because they're going to make it work.
Thanks, Dale. You two will join us one more time when we talk who gets the blame. Coming up next on NASCAR Now, the long and often highly criticized road for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his cousin Tony Eury Jr. Why the lows will always be remembered more than the highs. That's next.
Economy's been a little rough, man.
Oh, man, just brutal.
You know, it's times like these that E-Trade can really help you replan your investments.
Yep.
So, you know, it gives you the tools and research. Take control. Rise up. You know? Dude, no.
What?
Stop.
What, I can't flex the golden pipes?
It's not the venue.
It's inspirational.
Jenny, please.
Fine.
Okay, where was I?
I'm learning to fly
Take control with one of the rules of NASCAR.
This is racing, y'all. Sometimes you got to trade a little paint.
Introducing Amp Energy's Trade and Paint. Orange, berry, and lime slammed together for a limited time. From Amp Energy.
Dale Jr.
Amp up.
NASCAR Now, presented by Klondike. Klondike bars now have a thicker, chocolatey shell. What would you do for a Klondike bar now?
You know, I'm a Junior fan. I'm not, you know, I still have regrets that we get rid of Tony Jr., but I think we had to make some sort of change.
I think the vast majority of the time it wasn't solemnly Tony Jr.'s fault. I know it definitely never helps when Dale Jr. yelled at him on the radio saying, "Fix it, what's going on there?"
I hate it for Dale, and I hate it for Rick, and I hate it for Tony that this situation has come about. And from a fan's point of view, it's kind of like a mixed feeling. You're happy that, you know, everybody's been calling for a change. Now there's a change, but now there's a little bit of apprehension.
We asked you who you thought was to blame for the 88 struggles this season. It's our Sports Nation poll question of the day. After nearly 12,000 votes, the results are in. 58% of you say both of them should shoulder the blame. One more time, we bring back our former driver, Dale Jarrett, and our former crew chief, Ray Evernham. And Ray, we will start with you. Who do you think should take the blame for this failed working relationship between these two?
Well, it's a safe bet to poll the audience. When it comes down to communication, which is what I believe the problem is, because both guys are extremely talented, I believe it takes more than one person to communicate. So I agree with the audience, with the viewers, that it is both people.
Yeah, if we have to say that we're going to put blame on someone, Ray, I would have to agree with you there, and with the fans. They know what's going on in this sport. I've said many times that driver and crew chief partnership and relationship is a lot like a marriage. And in both cases, most of the time when things aren't going well, you can look at both parties, and there's something there with each one. So I'd rather not put blame on either one. It's just something that did fail. You know, things are going to happen in this sport, and it's going to be time for drivers and crew chiefs to part, and this is one of those times. So wish both of them the best.
Ray, Dale, thank you very much, and thanks to all of our guests today. NASCAR Now is back tomorrow, Friday. We are live from Dover International Speedway, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN2. We will have all of the action from the Monster Mile, as well as much more on the changes within the 88 team. Have a good night, and we will see you Friday.